Anybody who caught the end of the Blackhawks and Ducks game, it was basically this morning because it was the longest game in Blackhawks franchise history. NHL playoffs, Western Conference finals are heating up, and they've truly been a joy to watch. The Ducks and the Blackhawks are now tied at 1 game apiece. Run you through the game real quick before we get to what Twitter broke over, which was Andrew Shaw's headbutt goal, being one of the most ridiculous things that I've ever seen in hockey. But before we even get there, Andrew Shaw scored a goal in the first period. Power play goal, Marian Hossa put one in as well. One of the specific aspects of the Blackhawks that people were counting them out for in this series is their ability to have depth on the defensive end. But then you got people like Duncan Keith, who played 49 minutes of ice time yesterday, which is an absurd amount of ice time. I mean, I don't know how to translate that into soccer or even NBA minutes. But for a team that needs their defense to step up and at least get the legs out of the guys they need, that is one of the main X factors in this series. Andrew Cogliano scored for the Ducks at the end of the first. Beginning of the second period, late into the second period, I should say, Corey Perry, who is him and Getzlaff for the Ducks, have been fucking fantastic. 16 points, 14 points apiece in this Stanley Cup playoffs. Scored a goal, and then we saw about 40 minutes of more than that, 20, 40, 60, close to 60 minutes of 0 goals scored, 3 overtimes, almost 2 full games played over the course of this game before Marcus Kruger for the Blackhawks, even the series, scored the goal. It was a beauty.
Is that beauty?
As you would say.
An absolute
It was absolute beauty.
Would Putin be happy with it? I've seen his
It was
on the ice,
better than Putin's. It was better than Putin's goal. But where everyone is talking about right now is second overtime, Andrew Shaw caught the end of a ricocheted puck over the net and headbutted in. We have a screenshot. Let's take a look at the screenshot. See on the left, there's the puck getting ricocheted. On the right, Andrew Shaw. It's tough to see where the puck is, but at that point, it's basically right in front of Frederick Anderson's, what do you call it, mask.
Yeah.
So what's so interesting about this is the amount of tweets that I caught that were, what an amazing goal. Is that legal?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to do that? Well, we have the NHL rule, and they did get this ruling 100% correct. There's literally no debate about it, especially when you read this, Francis, if you may.
The rule in question for the play is 78.5, which calls for the disallowing of a goal when the puck has been directed, batted, or thrown into the net by an attacking player other than with a stick. So, for me watching this, it was hilarious. The guy obviously adapts.
Yeah, I mean, it was a heads-up, literally a heads-up play.
This is a Diego Maradona against England World Cup where he throws his hand forward and he gets classed a cheat from the world, but he got away with it. And that goal was instrumental in their road to winning that World Cup. So he's trying his luck. Some people might call it cheating, but I think he was just adapting to where the puck was, and it was probably just an instinct to maybe get it into his possession. I don't know if he knew it was actually going to go in the net. But funny story, you know what this reminds me of? Intramurals in my collegiate career, like when I was trying to try out other American sports, I knew I was god awful at. First off, it was freshman year volleyball, in which I wasn't really good enough to like spike it back over the net, so I would just jump up and hit it.
You're a belt down type of athlete.
Yes, I am. I wasn't able to adapt with the fact that my hands were supposed to get it back over. I'll jump and spike it, because whenever I jump, it's up with my head. So I tried to hit it, wasn't able to do it, but I did get away with it in an intramural basketball game one time where they went up for a rebound, and it only worked because I was going up against a smaller opponent, and I jumped up, headed it off the bank, and they asked me about the game. At the end of it, they're like, "Francis, did you call head?" I said, "No, I called game."
No, first of all, this happened before Paul. Ridiculous. I'm just totally wiping that one out the window. Or throwing that out. Wiping it out the window.
Can you wipe that out the window for me?
No, I'm going to throw it out the window. You did not call game. You did not. Paul Pierce was not there to help you out.
Apparently, you thanked me. And
you could have used the great Dave Chappelle skit and said, blouses. Game, blouses. So I had to text 2 friends who know more about hockey than I do. Big time, long time Bruins and New Jersey Devils fans. They're not doing too good in the playoffs this year because they're not in the playoffs this year. But I did ask. I said, "What is the most ridiculous goal that you've ever seen next to freaking Andrew Shaw headbutting it in?" He goes, one of them goes, "No idea, but the most ridiculous is Ovi on his back, Alexander Ovechkin." And the other, Coyote Sabres goalie Mike Smith essentially scores on himself, and the puck ends up in his pants.
Nice.
Which I think is hilarious. The only other time this really happened, according to NHL.com and TSN.com, was in like 2011, an OHL game for the Owen Sound Attack. It was headbutted in, and the goal was also disallowed. So that basically broke the internet. I thought it was pretty interesting. We try to bring you some NHL Stanley Cup playoff coverage. We do know the playoffs are going on. The Rangers play the Lightning tonight in Game 3, a pivotal Game 3.
I can't help but root against anyone who has the name Rangers in their team name. I'm sorry about that. It's just the way it happens.
Wow, just unbelievable.
I know you're from New York, but I just can't help it.
Wow, I'm not a Rangers fan though, so that's like not a big deal, Francis. It's just the idea that you're rooting against Madison Square Garden, the greatest arena ever built in the history of sports. Ali fought there. I see somebody shaking their head in the back. If you think Staples Center is a great arena, get the fuck out of here.
So we're now supporting arenas.
Click.
What is happening in this country?
Click.
Oh my God.
Click.
Everyone supports players, they support teams, they support franchises, they support sticks, and now they're supporting stadiums. I don't know, I'm just guessing. You support everything. All right. I support my shoes.
Click.
Subscribe to
Show them your shoes. Show them your shoes.
I can't. The table.
Show them your shoes.
The table's closed off.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Click on Francis to subscribe to TYT Sports. Let us know if you're rooting for the Blackhawks or the Ducks in the comment section below. And leave your predictions for Game 3 of the Stanley Cup playoffs between the Rangers and the Lightning also in the comment section below. Talk about Andrew Shaw. I have no idea how to end this clip. Have a good day. Bye.